Hi everybody, Dollar Tree Tricia here on Tuesday the 14th of November. I'm going to be doing a Q&A with you. You all sent in, I'm going to set this behind here so maybe I can have to sit a little, I don't have to sit so high. There we go, that's better. Q&A, you guys sent in some questions. Lots of questions, and I am going to do my best to answer as many as I can. Let's see. First of all, I want to say thank you for sending in your questions, and I think it's really cool that you want to know more about me and that you think I'm interesting. I don't think I'm very interesting sometimes, but I'm very happy that you guys want to know more, so let's get going. All right, my first question was, I won't say who asked the question. I'm just going to read the question and then give my answers. How long have you been a Dollar Tree-aholic? I have been a Dollar Tree-aholic for about 3 years, but I started my channel in July of 2017 of this year. What caused you to start a YouTube channel? My friend Tricia, this is funny, my friend Tricia, we scrapbook together every so often. She's like, Tricia, I am obsessed with these videos on YouTube, and they're called Dollar Tree hauls. And I'm like, what in the world is a Dollar Tree haul? I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, oh, Tricia, people buy things from Dollar Trees in different states, and they show you what they buy, and they're just awesome. And I was like, all right, I've got to see what this is. So I went home and I just Googled Dollar Tree hauls, and I started watching them, and I was obsessed. I was making lists. I was making my list so I could go out and find the exact same things that other people had bought, and it was awesome. I was like, this is so cool. Okay. This one says, Tricia, first I want to say that you're such a sweetheart. I live in Maryland, all the way on the other side of the U.S. from you, and I've always wondered what it's like in Washington State. She's 30 minutes from D.C., and she says, anyway, have you lived there all your life, and do you guys get snow like we do in Maryland? I've not lived in Washington my whole life. I'm originally born and raised in Michigan, in Bay City, Michigan. And after we got married, my husband and I moved to Colorado, to Craig, Colorado, because that's where he got a job after college. And then while we were in Colorado, we would drive to Washington because my oldest brother started having babies, and well, he didn't, his wife did. They started having babies, and my parents were getting ready to retire, and they were moving out to Washington. And so we would drive back and forth, you know, come and stay for a few days and drive back and everything. And we just really loved it here. And we just one day decided, hey, we're just going to move here. And we did. But we have been here in Washington for 19 years. No. And we get a lot of snow, probably a little less than what you get in Maryland, but I do have a scrapbook page that I pulled out because I take pictures of the snow and different things. And this is one of the pages, so you can see that was a walkway and how deep it was. And this was in 2008. I just randomly picked a page. And then this is the other. So we get a good amount. Some years we get more than others. It all depends on the year. A few years we didn't get any. So that was kind of weird. Or if we did, we got like very, very, very few. I'm sorry I'm playing with my bangs. I tried something new today and it's kind of weird. Okay, let me see. Next question. I loved this question. What does your husband think about you spending so much money at the Dollar Tree? I thought that was an awesome question. I loved it. My husband is okay with it, because I asked him, I said, honey, what do you think? And he said that he's fine with it because I don't buy everything just to put it on YouTube. I buy the things that I know I'm going to use and only going to use, or I'm going to give away to people. So our products don't get wasted. So he's okay with it. All right. What is your favorite scrapbooking tool? My favorite scrapbooking tool would be my Cricut machine. If you don't know what a Cricut machine is, it's a die cutting machine where you can make like things like this. You can make cutouts like this. You can make the trees. You can make the houses, things like that. So my Cricut machine is my most favorite scrapbooking tool that I own. All right. Now, she says, I'd like to know more about your scrapbooking hobby, like how many books you have made or what else you've done with scrapbooking. I'd love to see a few things you've done. Honestly, I don't know how many books I've made in my life, because I do my books for my husband and myself. I've done a lot of books as gifts. I've done a lot of baby books as gifts. I do my nieces and nephews books. So I don't know. I really couldn't tell you how many books I've done. Okay, and a few things that I have done. All right. I do a lot of different crafts. I do Bible journaling. I do mixed media. I do cards. I do paper bag albums. I do mini books. And here's a mini book that I did. Isn't that cute? This was from one of the retreats that I went to. And I haven't put pictures in it yet. I can't remember. Yeah, this goes this way. And this opens up. And this was a Doodlebug paper line. I don't remember which one, though. Oh, I think it was I Love You a Latte, maybe. Because everything in here is a latte. And then this comes out. And aren't these cute? I just love those little cups. Little cups are so cute. And then all these things pull out on the side here for journaling or whatever. And then here, this, I believe, let me see, it's been a long time since I've looked at this book. I thought it moved. Okay, I guess it doesn't move. It doesn't move. I thought maybe this slid back and forth, but it does not. But this does, so you can take it out, write on it, put a picture on the back if you want to, and then put it back in. Put it back in there. And then there's the back of the book. And then I tied a little bow on the side. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't tie this bow because I can't tie bows. I'm bow-tarded. Everybody that knows me, scrapbooks with me, knows I'm bow-tarded. So yeah, whoever I'm normally scrapbooking with, if I'm near somebody or I save it till I'm gonna be with other people that are good bow tiers, and they tie my bow. So that's one of the books I've done. Here's some more. I told you guys a few times that I take pictures of the trees in wintertime. And here's one. And they're actually, what these are double page layouts. So let me put it the right way. There. So it would actually go in your book. All these that are showing you, it's just the other side of it. They would go in your book like this. They'd be side by side. And so these are some of the trees that I just think, these are my favorite. The ones with no leaves on them. Oh, I just think they're gorgeous, gorgeous trees. My husband thinks I'm a little nuts for taking pictures of the trees, but this is what makes me happy. I like it. And then here's a page that I did, and this is from 2010. We went to go visit my grandma, who was living in a nursing home in Michigan, and we would go back every year or so. And this is a 2-page layout. Okay, this is when we were a lot younger. But that's my grandma, Team Bomb. She has passed away. She's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful lady. Miss her a lot. That's my Aunt Shirley, who is still alive. She's the last one of, that's my grandma's sister. She's the last one of all the kids to still be alive. That's my husband, 7 years ago, younger. And that's my grandma and my husband again. We went there many days while we were there. And that's myself and my grandma. Once again, Aunt Shirley, my grandma. And then this was their card club. They would meet every day, I believe, or so at like 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and they would get together and play cards. And so I just thought that was so much fun, and I got to know all the people, and just really cool. So, yes, and I can't show you any of my mixed media, honestly, because this is going to sound crazy to you, but every time I make something, I never make it at home. I am always doing them at retreats or whatever. I need to start making them at home. But people see it, and they're like, oh, I really want this. Do you sell them? I'll never forget the first time I tried it. I made this beautiful, beautiful mixed media. I was so proud of myself. It was the first thing I ever had made of mixed media, and it was beautiful. And it was on a canvas, on a, I think 6x12 canvas. And this woman came up, she's like, oh, it's just so beautiful. Would you sell it to me? And I'm thinking, I just made it. It took me all this time to make it. I just made it. But she really wanted it, so I did. So I literally do not have any of my mixed media that I have made of my own, because people buy it. So I need to make something for myself, but I have to do it at home where someone's not saying, can I buy it? Let's see. Oh, and then, do you have any children, and do they live close? My husband and I do not have any children. God didn't bless us in that way. And so no grandchildren. I do have tons of nieces and nephews, and we are the best aunt and uncle in the world to them. So it worked out. God had a plan, and it worked out pretty well. All right. What type of work do I do? I am a cash office manager, which means I do, I can't tell you where I work, but I handle all the money and deposit it and things like that. I do office work, sort of, but I mostly handle money, the place I work for, all their money. When and how did you meet your husband? Well, I met my husband in college, and I was actually dating this guy named Jim, and we all decided one night that they had free ice skating at the rink on campus where the hockey team would play. And so we all decided, oh, it'll be fun, we'll go. And my boyfriend at the time, Jim, he was like, hey, let's go. And I didn't want to go because I don't know how to ice skate. But that's all right. I said, okay, y'all go. Well, then we're trying to divide up who's going to ride with who. And he wanted to ride with his other friend, and there just wasn't enough room because there were a bunch of people riding. So he asked my husband's dorm room and Jim's dorm room were right next to each other. And Jim said, hey, can my girlfriend ride with you? Would that be okay? And Chris was like, sure, whatever. So we rode together, and Jim, who used to be a hockey player in high school, he could skate. He was great. He was just zooming along. Well, Chris didn't know how to ice skate either. So we stayed on the side together and kind of fumbled around and ended up talking a whole bunch. And that's how we met. And eventually, yeah, I broke up with Jim and I started going out with Chris. And but it all worked out okay. We were all friends. And Jim was even in our wedding as one of the groomsmen. Yeah, so that was how we met. Okay, My question is, and I hate to be nosy, but wonder about the top of your mouth. Is that the way you were born? Have you been in a wreck? Or you just don't want to answer? Forgive me, but I'd rather ask than keep wondering. Love you, Tricia. Keep up the shopping. And I'm okay with talking about it. I was born with a cleft lip and palate, which means right here, I didn't have, this was all bunched together, and I didn't have lip in the middle. So I couldn't find the baby picture before I had surgery. It's really cute. It's round. My nose here and everything was round because everything was pushed up, and I look like a little pig. It's so cute. It's so cute. But I did find this picture that I can show you. That's me, and that was one of my first operations where they did give me the middle part of my lip. So yeah, I was just born that way. Having a cleft lip and palate means my palate on the roof of my mouth, I have a hole. I don't have one now. I had a hole on the top of my mouth. So they closed that up. They used, I've had a lot of different surgeries. I think I've had 10 or 11 surgeries. And they used, when I was in high school, they used my bone, my hip bone, they scraped it and put it on the top. But yeah, that's what it is. I just have a cleft lip and palate. And I don't mind you asking. Alright, let's see. Out of everything you've ever bought, what's your still #1 hands down purchase of all time? Please show us. My favorite purchase of all time, besides my Cricut, would be this trimmer. It's an awesome, excellent trimmer. It goes out. What I like about this trimmer is the 6-inch mark is right here. Normally on all other ones, it's in the middle, in between here, and it's very hard to measure out your 6. But I love this one. It has a scoring blade, and it has a cutter, and then in the back, this lifts up, and these are my extra blades, and it holds my, this is a rubber eraser where if you get residue from a sticker or something, you can pick it up if you rub the rubber eraser on it. And this is where I would be putting my scissors. Okay, and I don't know if you maybe meant Dollar Tree product that I bought of all time. I honestly want to say I think if I had to pick a Dollar Tree product of all time, it would be anything Bolero. I love the Bolero facial wipes. I love the Bolero bath fizzes. I love the Bolero oil. I love the bath soak. I love the bath gel. I love anything Bolero. All right. Do you and your family attend church services? Yes, we do. Every Sunday. We actually were going to a church that was a half an hour away, and we went there for quite a few years, and the church decided to open up another church on the north side of town, we call it here in Washington, and that's by where we live, and we came with the pastor, and we helped start the church over on our side, and we call it Downriver. Our original church was Timberview, and now our church is called Downriver because the area that we're in, uptown, it's called Downriver. So we went with that. We don't have a building yet. We are renting space in a school that we use, and that's how we do it. And it says, are you from Spokane, Washington? Yes. Do you own a scrapbooking shop? No, although people, my friends all say, oh, it looks like Joanne's in your craft room. So, yeah, no, I don't. I worked at one. My friend Erica owned 2 stores. She had one out in the valley and one out on the north side. And I worked at her store for a few years and loved it. And she doesn't have her store's fronts anymore. She has an area now where she is the only one who works at it, and she has products that you can go in and look at for sale. But it's really nice because she can do whatever hours she wants, and it's only her working there. So it's amazing. So I'm happy for her that she gets to do that. Do you have any sisters or brothers? I do not have any sisters. I have 3 older brothers. 3 boys, 3 older brothers. All right, I'm going to do a couple of more. Oh, who do you like to watch on YouTube? I like to watch Mrs. Blackgold, Southern Christie, Phone Jones, and My World in OKC, to name a few. Since Thanksgiving is just a couple weeks away, do you have turkey? And if you do you stuff the bird or make the stuffing in a separate dish? And do you call it stuffing or dressing? We call it stuffing. I think the fancy places call it dressing. We're down home people. We call it stuffing. And yes, we do have a turkey. And the bird does get stuffed. We stuff it really full, but because there's so many of us, and my mom usually makes the stuffing, she makes more than can go into the bird. So we cook it in the oven when the bird is cooking too. So I guess we kind of do both. All right. Have you ever done a craft fair? I have not ever done a craft fair. And how do you find them in your area? Well, every fall and spring, the high schools have, that's where people put their craft shows on, or they're held. And there's just, it's mostly word of mouth, and they have signs out. Everywhere you drive in town, you know when and where there's going to be one. All right, let us see. Oh, what is your all-time favorite movie that you watch over and over again? My all-time favorite movie is Forrest Gump. My next is Julie and Julia and Steel Magnolias. And I actually just watched Steel Magnolias last night because it was on TV. I just love. I could watch them over and over and over again. Okay. Well, I'm going to, this video is 22 minutes now, so I'm going to say goodbye for now. I hope that I answered your questions, and I think I'll do another one in a little while. Not today, but I mean in a few days, and that way I can answer the rest of the questions. But I hope you enjoyed it, and give me a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Have a blessed day. Bye.